It is midnight in Buenos Aires, the hour when the milonga comes to life. Milonga, a social tango gathering. Milonga. You pass through the velvet curtains, deposit a few dollars or pesos, and you're on the other side of a looking glass. People kiss you on the cheek, once, twice. Even if they are strangers, people kiss you on the cheek. How are you, they say. You're happy because you're here. Outside, rain and lonely people. Inside, hugs and music. Inside are several hundred souls who live and breathe tango. Like Sonia, 37, normally domiciled in Glasgow, she suffers from a global bug known as tango addiction. It afflicts tens of thousands of otherwise sane people around the world who travel great distances to dance tango. By day, Sonia works as an administrator and wears sensible shoes. By night, she is a woman in a backless dress on the edge of a dance floor waiting to be invited. This is her first visit to the Mecca of tango, where all true pilgrims end up. Tonight, Sonia is wearing her stiletto sandals, with nothing across her foot but a thin strap. The stiletto sandal is the G-string of the tango world. It sends a message to your dance partner. It says, I trust you to appreciate the sensuality of my foot. I also trust you not to rip off my toenail. But where is her dance partner? Frankly, any partner will do. Sonia is desperate to dance. She scans the hall. This is the famous Club Canning, and in Club Canning you get the whole spectrum of tango specimens. From the nervous, jet-lagged tango tourist with sweat stains on his shirt, to the smooth local in a suit who dances 6 nights a week, and every type in between. A lively tune from the 1940s is playing, called Milonga of My Loves. Sonia would rather not dwell on her loves, disasters, all of them. And yet, Sonia might just meet someone tonight, or at least have a decent set of dances. Sonia is trying to catch the eye of a guy in a shiny suit. He has a ponytail and looks like a successful pimp. She admires his dancing. She wants his dancing. He is a pro, and his name is Ricardo. But he is not looking her way. Ricardo is in a fragile mood tonight, and now an old tango is playing called Humiliation. I hate this love, the song goes. Odio este amor. Ricardo has just split up with his life and tango partner of 10 years. Don't ask him why. When he starts thinking about it, his head hurts. Much better to keep dancing. Presently, he nods at a short-haired woman with smoky eyes. He's already checked her out. After all, no self-respecting tango god dances with an unknown entity. She must first prove herself in the arms of another man. The smoky eyes is a foreigner. He has seen her around the milongas before. She has a hungry look. Her name is Juliet. Ricardo embraces Juliet's bony back, and seamlessly they slip into the mass of revolving couples. And how do the couples revolve on the floor? Anti-clockwise, since the beginning of time, or rather the end of the 19th century when it all began. Tango traffic has moved against the clock. Why? There are several reasons. Metaphysical, an attempt to stop the clock. Historical, a way of connecting with the music of the past. Rebellious, for the hell of it, because tango always went against the grain. You know, tango was always a dance of the margins, says an Argentinian man with glasses and wipes his face with a hanky. He is sharing Sonia's table. She still hasn't danced, by the way. His name is Dario, and he is an impoverished musician. Always a dance of the margins, he says. A subversive dance. Even now, when it's become fashionable in Europe and America, it's still subversive. Because in tango, The individual is magnified and the couple is magnified. Is your couple magnified? Sonia asks in Spanish because her tango addiction has extended to learning Spanish with a private teacher in Glasgow. Dario snorts. You bet my couple is magnified, he says. That's my wife over there. He points to a frowning woman in jeans. She's dancing with a greying man a head shorter than her. She wears a look of permanent disappointment. Her face says, "This man is not good enough. No man is good enough." She's a psychologist, Dario comments. She has analysed me through and through. Anyway, are you dancing? Sonia jumps with excitement. At last. She smooths her skirt, straightens her posture, because her Glasgow teacher has told her posture is everything, and seamlessly they slip into the mass of revolving couples. Meanwhile, Juliette has her eyes closed in Ricardo's arms. She is on to her second set of tunes with him, and it's the bittersweet waltz, To Dream and Nothing More. Soñar nada más. This is what Juliette wants. This is why she comes to Buenos Aires every other month. Juliette used to be happy being an air hostess for Air France, until she found tango 10 years ago. Since then she has lived to dance. Her dream? To live in Buenos Aires, to dance every night like this with the best dancers in the world. Juliette is a tango tourist who, in a year's time, will graduate to an even more advanced category of addict, the tango immigrant. Like the Singaporean woman over there in the corner, who is waiting to be invited. Her name is Amy, and her embroidered silk fan matches her dress. Amy moved to Buenos Aires last year. She quit her job at a bank and came to live the tango dream. Amy never talks at milongas, just sits and waits to be invited, then dances with one man after another, sometimes with women too, because this is the 21st century and these days you don't talk about the man and the woman, but about leader and follower. Amy is a follower and always dances with her eyes closed, her made-up face unreadable like a mask. But if you talk to her and ask her, "What do you dream of, Amy?" she will look you in the eye and say, in a matter-of-fact voice, "I have one dream, to die in Buenos Aires, on the dance floor." Presently, a tall 50-ish man in corduroy trousers nods at her, and she folds up her fan and walks to him on muscular calves. Without a word, the tall man picks up her hand, her head comes up to his chest, and seamlessly they slip into the mass of revolving couples. His name is Frank, and he's an engineer from Nice. Look at his smiling face. Never has a divorced man with a heart condition looked so happy. Despite their mismatched heights and divergent sensibilities, Frank and Amy will dance many more times in many different milongas. Shipwrecked on the shore of tango from their personal histories, tonight they have found each other. In another year's time, in another tango club, Frank will collapse in the middle of the dance floor. His heart will give out. Ah, to die in Buenos Aires. Some dreams come true too soon. Sonia has had an enjoyable few dances with Dario, who holds her as if he is holding a cello. In 2 years' time, Dario and Sonia will dance again to an old song called Once, and he will tell her about the end of his marriage, and she will tell him. But let us not anticipate too much, because it's Saturday night at Club Canning, and the live orchestra has started playing a 1950s tune called To My Friends, A Los Amigos. There are no lyrics, but the 4 bandoneons open their lungs and their velvety voices speak to everyone here, individually and collectively. Nothing like the sound of 4 bandoneons playing, eh? A man leans towards Sonia at the bar. He has a narrow, Jesus-like face. Are you dancing? No. Sonia lies quickly. She doesn't know why, but she doesn't trust this man to be a good dancer. Did you know? He leans towards her again. But Sonia is suddenly rescued by a small, paunchy man who nods at her from the other end of the bar. And although he is no Romeo, and her heart sinks a little, Sonia accepts. And seamlessly they slip. Well, you know the drill now. You know the drill. Except something strange happens next. Sonia has tangoed for 3 years. She has tangoed in Glasgow, London, and Berlin. She has had some great dances, a couple of tango affairs. She has even danced with professional tango guys. But she has never experienced what she's experiencing now with the little old man. To the tune of just a tango, Sonia is levitating an inch above the floor. This old man, who has never been rich or famous or perhaps even happy, this son of poor Italian immigrants who sailed here with big hopes and small suitcases, this man is telling Sonia everything about tango, but without words. He is as grounded as the boards of the floor, as packed with history as this city. Sonia feels just how the music runs in his blood. She understands why he has been dancing all his life, 4 times a week, when he was young, and now that he isn't, when he was happy and when he was sad, when he was drunk, when his only son emigrated to Canada, when his wife died, 4 times a week. And Sonia also understands why she is dancing, why she is in need of tango therapy, why everyone is in need of therapy, why everyone is hurt in some way, why the tango embrace heals more than words. What Sonia is experiencing with this little old man is pure tangi-dad, a state of tango. You can be in a state of tango without knowing anything about tango because tangi-dad is a spiritual state. Some experts say that tango goes far beyond the music and the dance. There are tango feelings, tango places, tango people. Tangi-dad is to listen to Astor Piazzolla and see the film of your life. To walk in the back streets of a once glorious port city at dusk. To be here, but also there. To know that time and chance have passed, not just for others, but for you. To be smiling anyway in the arms of a stranger. To understand in your bones that this is only, and yet not only, just a tango. Thank you. The old man nods at the end of their set. Thank you, Sonia says. And they go their separate ways, like strangers.
La vida que al rodar solo dejó un tango y nada más.